It's officially festival season, so let's talk about some of the most memorable music festival performances. For our first performance, we have none other than Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. It was hard to choose between 2018 Beyonce at Coachella versus 2011 Beyonce at Glastonbury. In 2018, Beyonce was the first African-American woman to headline Coachella, which is why that was such a memorable performance in and of itself. Beyonce at Glastonbury, on the other hand, surprised the audience in every way, shape, and form. Beyonce told the audience that she had always wanted to be a rock star, and she indeed performed like one that night. She opened her set with the iconic track Crazy in Love, dug into some old favorites from Destiny's Child, and even covered some iconic songs such as Etta James's At Last and Kings of Leon's Sex on Fire. Our second performance is Swedish House Mafia at Ultra Miami in 2013. The electronic dance trio were closing out their one last tour at Ultra Miami. This was the worldwide farewell tour after the announcement of their breakup in 2012. They performed iconic favorites such as Don't You Worry Child, In My Mind, and Save the World. You could probably imagine that being their last performance as a group before their breakup, how emotional this must have been for fans. And memorable as well. Closing out their farewell tour, they had to end the show with a bang. And that they did. Our next performance is Dolly Parton at Glastonbury in 2014. Now, this one in particular is a favorite on many people's lists. And you could probably guess that from the moment she steps out on stage in that white rhinestone-covered pantsuit. Not only did she come out looking like a star, but she performed like one too. You can't have a memorable Dolly Parton performance without some of her best songs such as Jolene, 9 to 5, and I Will Always Love You. But she also performed with Richie Sambora on a gospel rendition on Bon Jovi's Lay Your Hands on Me. Her entire set sparkled top to bottom, and she ate and left no crumbs. Performance number 4 is Kanye West at Coachella in 2011. Now, you may or may not know this, but this was arguably one of Kanye's best shows of his career. People were calling it one of the best hip-hop sets of all time at a music festival. Everything from the set, the choreography, his entrance was all planned to a T. To start off his performance, he was brought in on a huge crane that held and swung him over basically the entire main stage full of 80,000 fans. And finally, one of our most memorable music festival performances was Daft Punk at Coachella in 2006. If you're a Daft Punk fan, you know that for many, this was a life-changing experience. No over-exaggeration. In the Daft Punk documentary Unchained, they even talk about how this was the true birth of the EDM era, and it changed dance music forever. The enormous pyramid structure they had on stage, the giant colorful LED lights, was like something people had never experienced before. Bottom line, there's a never-ending list of iconic and memorable music festival performances out there. And these are just a few of ours. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your most memorable music festival performance? Drop it down in the comments below. Much love.